My wife was unfaithful with an officer. The divorce petition is due before Christmas. I posted about this a while ago, but they deleted it and I don't know why. I wrote on a phone, so I will do my best. On October 30th I, male 39 years old, received a message from a friend about a rumor of an officer sleeping with my wife in the city where I lived. I was already suspicious, because she, female 36 years old, changed her phone and computer passwords, spent a lot of time locked in the bathroom, and deleted her browser history every time she turned off her computer. We have been married for 15 years, but I only count 12 years since the affair began. It wasn't much to go on, but decided, what do I have to lose? So I confronted her and she confessed. First he told me that he took her out of the car and forced her out of the car. All she said she could remember was darkness and pain. I didn't believe him and told him that I had heard that they gave you the choice between jail or doing it. The next words out of her mouth was, he said no one would find out. And then ran to the bathroom. I was sitting at my desk, but we lived in a small house in an alley, and I could hear her in the bathroom asking, "Who did you tell?" After that she wanted to go to therapy for assault by a law enforcement officer. We could get through this and we would work it out. I still didn't believe she was telling the truth. Which led to her saying, "It only happened once, it's not like I'm having a full-blown affair." So again she's in the bathroom and I'm standing outside the door and I could hear her talking and I heard her say the words clear as day, "It was fun while it lasted." I flung the door open. She throws her phone down to her side and says, "I was looking on Instagram." She was having an affair with this guy for 3 years. I told her I was done and leaving. That's when the fight started. She was trying to stop me from packing. She started throwing big bottles of vitamins at me. 2 of the 3 bottles hit me square in the middle of the forehead. I was bad and angry. I ended up slapping him in the face, which I still regret today, but with what I had just discovered I'm glad I did. Then she comes at me scratching and screaming, "This is something that happened to me." I try to hold her back, but she falls over the computer chair and lets out a horrible scream as she tries to kick and grab my leg. After she calms down she calls the authority and tells them I beat her and strangled her. They show up and I leave them. They look at my bad forehead and scratches. They allow me to pack up some stuff and leave. I immediately called my brother and headed to another state. I was done with her. While on the drive she wanted me to come back, but I refuse. She called the authority on the 31st of October but didn't file a protection order until November the 3rd after she knew I wasn't coming back. So I did all I could to try and find the name of this guy but couldn't find anything, so on the 7th of November I called the authority station. They took my statement but they wanted a name. I told them I didn't have it and how could I have it, that I wasn't with her when she was arrested, and I said yes, do it to my wife or I was involved in her affair. All they did was call her, which she denied anything at all happened, and had a detective talk to the male officers. Did they think he would raise his hand and admit to it? No looking at body cams to see if she was riding along with him or anything. It not a big department, 33 officers total, and you can take the female officers out of that. So nothing got done, but that's the authority for you. On the 11th of November I had to go before a judge and plead my case over the protection order. The judge did not grant her one but just extended the emergency one to follow the divorce. So it will just come down to who will pay for the fees. We didn't have much money, so I had to find a job in my new state and will hopefully be filing for divorce before Christmas. I lost a brother over this since he's a retired cop, called me a liar, asked if the guy should lose his job this and put the stuff my soon-to-be ex-wife dropped off out on the porch for 2 days. It's a 5.5-hour drive to get back to the town it all happened in. To anyone who read the last time I posted it and supported me, thank you, and to the people who thought I was lying IDC because I was there and heard the words come out of her mouth. Thank you for taking your time to read this, and I will be looking forward to meeting someone new who will treat me with love and respect. Update. I must be getting close to something because on the 16th she went and said to break the protection order. They put an arrest warrant out for me with no explanation. I have to go down and see a judge before I can find anything out. As for getting close, I contacted her ex-boss to try and find out why she was terminated and asked if anyone from the authority department has come by to see her. The next day she went to the authority department. I have to take the divorce paperwork down there and file it anyway. I have to take the divorce papers there and file them. But I can't believe they can arrest you without even breaking anything, just going by their word. OP, no cop will rat out another cop. That's an underlying/unspoken rule. They will unfortunately do nothing to assist you in finding the guy and will update him with every phone call you make to the station. I have no clue what's eating your brother's body. He sees what's going on and knows your wife is cheating, yet is mad that it's with a fellow cop. Sounds like he knows the cop. Do you have a way to get into your phone service? Like if you have Verizon, you can download the app and make an account to see all incoming texts and calls, and I'm sure his number is in there. You can go back to whatever date for the length that you had the service for. Then you go online and there is a website called Been Verified. You might have to pay a small fee. I think I paid $1.99 because they were having some sale thing going on for a week. Then you will get charged the full amount. I just did it for one day and then canceled, but you can find anyone with a phone number, whose name it's in, their address. So you should do something like that. Even just with the phone company, you can get a lot. I had Verizon, then we switched to T-Mobile and they had something called Digits and I could get all the texts from the other phone. So there is plenty you can do if you try. That's how I find it. He was cheating on me. Good luck. I wish you the best. She probably presented them with some kind of evidence. Could be you contacting her boss, depending on how the order was worded. OP, I read the PO up and down, I didn't see anything. But surprisingly it was my retired authority brother who let me know. And he was passed. Because they can just walk in and say anything. Then put a warrant out for your arrest. I called the DA as soon as I found out and they haven't even received anything from the department. She went to the PD the 16th and the DA knew nothing about it on the 20th. Get a lawyer, sue her for nuisance. OP, I could even sue for alimony. When we moved to that small town, not many jobs, and told her I would wait until she got her master's degree. We both agreed on it. I told her moving there I might not be able to find work. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anyone, but I wasn't working fast food or retail. She even agreed to that. Your wife did not cheat on you to get rid of the problem with the authority. It went on for 3 years. While the officer should certainly lose his job for this, your wife carried on this affair because she wanted to. Everyone on the authority force knows who it is. They're not going to do anything unless you can prove it, and even then, they probably won't anyway. How far along are you on the divorce paperwork? OP, just have to wait till payday to file. If he had trouble with the authority, you can see who the arresting officer was. You can see who was on that case and get a copy of the file. Either way, the guy's name is going to come up. Then cross-reference it with names in her cell phone, Facebook, and other social media. Pretty simple to find that info out. This thing happens all the time with cops. There are laws against using your position for this type of behavior. OP, it wasn't do it or get arrested the deal. I'm sure he saw a woman with expired plates and pulled her over, didn't report it, and turned off his body cam and whatnot. What do I know they can do, since I went on ride along with my brother who retired from the same apartment? I could even erase the recordings. This is just awful. I'm so sorry you're going through this. It sounds like your ex-wife is humiliated by her own disgusting behavior and she's trying to get out of the shame that comes with it. Of course, I wasn't there for any of this, so I can only speculate. I hope things get better for you soon. I know that I don't know you, but I genuinely care for your well-being and I'm wishing you all the best in getting this sorted out. Just make sure to get a lawyer. I had a friend who got screwed over in a similar situation and ended up charged with a felony. Try going to the local district attorney to plead your case, and have that law enforcement office investigated for suspicious behavior on the part of the officers. These things are swept up by your peers, depending on where you live. In California they are usually taken very seriously, even the best departments let undesirables in. Español.